Hey dudes, what's up? Welcome. I'm muted. I was muted. For whatever reason, my brain can't get around that I have OBS and I have Discord, and there's two different mutes. I can't get my head around that. Anyway, welcome dudes to the BroTalk podcast. I'm your host, Dan, also known as Daddy Dan. A lot of people have been calling me that, so I'm going to stick with it because I actually kind of like it. I don't know if you like it, but I like it. With me, we have three bros. I mean, the same three, so you already know their names, but I'm going to... You prefer douchebag, Dan? Do you get out of here? Listen, we have three bros, okay? First one, we have Tim.
What's up, dude?
He gets no introduction because he drank some water earlier.
Yeah, I love water. Water's great.
Next, we have Grant.
I'm going to drink some water right now.
He doesn't get one because he's drinking water right now. He doesn't get a special introduction. And third, but not last, or last but not least, I guess I should say, we have Chance, the boy who really just wants to go to sleep, as you could probably tell via video. If you can't see it via video, I feel bad for you. Watch us live. Chance is dead, I'm pretty sure. Anyway.
So dead.
Bruh, you got this. I believe in you. Imagine not wanting to hydrate. That's all I'm saying. Good, true. Anyway, so like I said, welcome, bros. We have some stuff to talk about today. We have quite a lot, and I feel like that this stuff can be really fleshed out. We got three main topics that we're going to talk about. And before we start that, I just want to ask you guys, how was your weekend? I know it's Tuesday, but I count Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday weekend because of my work schedules. How was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend was great. I mean, I got to spend some time playing video games. Got to spend some time with my niece and nephew. Pretty good. Spend some time outdoors. How was yours, Grant?
I think it was good, but honestly, I don't remember what I did.
Grant was too drunk.
Yeah, drunk on life.
Dan.
He's drunk on life.
Life is just so good. Can't stay sober when you're enjoying life. Yeah.
Nice.
Can't stay
Chance,
sober.
how was playing games all night and then trying to sleep during the day working for you?
I passed out at 6 o'clock yesterday, thank you very much. And
Okay,
I woke up at 2 o'clock this morning. So I guess technically you could say I played it all night, but I got my 8 hours of sleep, so I'm good.
Nice. Happy for you.
Just trying to fix
so
the sleeping schedule.
you can do it. You just can't drink Monsters in the middle of the night, and then you need to stay up all day and then go to bed at a decent time, so like 9 p.m. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Anyway, so I'm glad you guys had a good weekend. I myself had a good one. I played video games most of the time, and then I did some stuff with Lauren. We watched Hot Rod a couple of days ago. It's the stupidest movie, but so funny.
Oh, you shut up. That is my favorite movie. Andy Samberg is so great.
Dude, it's such a stupid movie, but I loved it so much. All right. Anyway, enough about movies and enough about our lives. Let's talk about lives of other people, because that's something that I'm interested in. I like to learn about other people. And except this thing isn't really a person. We're not going to be talking about a person. I mean, technically speaking, yes, but it's a made-up person. But it has to deal with a company. Spider-Man is going to be console exclusive for PlayStation. In terms of the new Avengers game, Sony came out to say that they're actually going to be releasing Spider-Man only on the PlayStation version of the new Avengers game. I feel like that's a very, very scummy move.
I mean, Spider-Man has mostly been a PlayStation thing, at least as far as I've seen, so I'm not too surprised that it's going to be an exclusive for that.
Not just that, but also earlier today when I was doing some research, I found out that Spider-Man the movie rights are only owned by Sony. Mm-hmm. The video game rights are, however, owned by Marvel, aka Disney. So I feel like that's possibly like part of the movie video game trade. Like, you can use Spider-Man for your video games as long as we can use Spider-Man for our movies. Because I'm pretty sure Disney bought them out when Activision lost the rights in 2014.
That's interesting, because the article that I read said that Sony's only going to allow it. It said Sony will allow Spider-Man only on PlayStation. So I wonder if you're saying that Disney bought them out. I wonder kind of like what this weird thing is between the two.
I mean,
unless if the article was reported poorly and wrong.
I feel like the article was reported poorly and wrong because earlier this year or last year, Marvel Ultimate Alliance was released on the Switch, which also had Spider-Man in it. So, I mean, therefore, Sony's not going to let one of the main competitors of them have the rights to a video game character that,
I feel that Sony would fight though for Spider-Man, especially because they own the movie rights.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the difference would be between a video game and a movie. I don't know how you can own the rights to one but not the other. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it kind of does, but I mean, as far as like being able to, so they own the rights to the video game. So like, if they say that they can, like, if Disney says that Nintendo can have Spider-Man or whatever, they can have Spider-Man in their games because they own the video game IP. So, as far as the movies are concerned, Sony has the rights to that. So like anything movie related is all going to be Sony or Disney when it's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Well, has Spider-Man always been exclusive to PlayStation, or I could have sworn that he's been on other consoles.
I remember him being on the Nintendo 64 back in the day because I played the OG Spider-Man on the N64. Well, I mean, I don't think that was OG, but like back in the day, I remember that. But I want to say, I don't know when it was, but Sony pretty much bought the rights to Spider-Man years and years ago.
Are you sure you're not referring to Superman 64?
No, Spider-Man. Yeah,
Superman.
No, I
64
remember
is
specifically playing Spider-Man. It had the red Nintendo 64 cartridge.
Yeah, a lot of people
played against Venom and Rhino and a few others.
A lot of people are saying that the PlayStation doing this is anti-consumer, but those same people are also begging Microsoft to purchase the rights to, what is it, Warner Brothers, so they can have Batman as an exclusive character for whatever games they want. So they're like, oh, do it because Sony's doing it. So
yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Or whatever.
I understand that it's all like business and everything, but I think this would definitely remind everyone of the whole Marvel Sony issue they had where Sony almost pulled Spider-Man completely from the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And I mean, I thought it was kind of petty then, and I think it's kind of petty now. I mean, you have a Marvel video game, let the Marvel characters be in the Marvel video game regardless of which console it's on.
Yeah, but I feel like they're using this as kind of like leverage to be able to keep Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So,
what was the reason for them wanting to pull Spider-Man from Marvel in the first place?
Because they've seen how successful the character can be on his own. Like, if you've watched, the Into the Spider-Verse? Fantastic movie.
See that?
Yeah, I still haven't seen it either.
Yeah, I'd definitely give it a watch. It's a great movie. If you can definitely handle the art style that it was made in, definitely stay good.
As long as it's not looking like it's made on a potato engine, I don't care. As long as it's well animated.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
like
well animated.
It's comic book like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you would like it, Chance. Not gonna lie. I think it's on
comic book styling, and the first time I watched it, I actually thought that I needed 3D glasses at first because of like how it was drawn, like the pop art kind of thing.
That's funny.
But then I realized that it was just the style, and after a little bit, I got used to it. But like, so basically, after Spider-Man: Homecoming, Sony was like, "Dang, that made a lot more money than we expected. We want a much larger cut because it's our character." And Marvel was like, "Well, we made the movie regardless of you."
Of the character, yeah.
So they wanted to, and so Sony was like, "Well, fine, you can't have Spider-Man then anymore." And it was just kind of this instantaneous, just childish move. Personally, I think. And then they like made a deal, and they're like, "Oh, well, I guess we'll keep him in for a few more."
Yeah, no. Think of it as like you have Big Brother who has the Spider-Man doll that the parents bought for both kids or whatever. And one kid's like, "No, I want to play with Spider-Man. No, I want to play with Spider-Man."
Oh, okay.
So, but
it just really sucks that they're holding this back because it literally boils down to money, which I feel like we should be past at this point in time. Don't get me wrong. Of course, people need to make money. I understand that. There comes a point to where, though, I think that if if you're focusing more on the money than like the story of the character, especially with how big the Marvel universe is, like for example, take a kid, let's say an 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid. He has a PlayStation, and then you take another kid same age that has an Xbox. The kid with the Xbox isn't going to be able to play Spider-Man on this new Avengers game because he's on Xbox and not PlayStation. I feel like that's stupid. I don't think that should be a thing. Going for exclusivity, especially on just a character in and of itself, I feel like is the ultimate scummy move. I don't mind it if you do it with like say Call of Duty. Like for example, Call of Duty has been giving PlayStation like a 1-month exclusive rights or whatever. Before they give like DLCs and stuff 1 month sooner to PlayStation than they do to say like Xbox or PC. I understand that. That's some stupid deal. I think it's dumb still, but I understand it. But this is one character that's going to be put into an already existing game that's literally going to change a majority of the game's playstyle, all because of rights.
Mm-hmm.
It's barbaric, if you will. I think it makes no sense to me unless if you're literally focused on nothing but money. And that's clearly what it is. I mean, you can read all these different articles and stuff. Like I've been skimming through a few just to make sure that like I said stuff right, and I did say stuff right. It's literally just about money, and you can see that clear as day.
Especially looking at. Oh, Tim, go for it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a console seller for whatever kid wants to play as Spider-Man. If they want to play a Spider-Man on that game, they're going to ask their parents for a PlayStation, not an Xbox. So it's definitely going to sell consoles as well. So
I was just saying, as far as that goes, if you're going to put in that kind of logic, you might as well put in every single Nintendo character, because you won't find Nintendo characters on any other console. Which, like Mario sells Nintendo, it doesn't sell Xbox.
Yeah, no, but Mario's a first-party character though as well too.
Well, yeah, but that's the point. Like it's exclusive to Nintendo consoles. I don't think I don't think having exclusivity on characters is a bad thing. But I can see where with some things it could be bad.
Yeah.
I can see exclusivity with stuff like Mario. He's always been Nintendo. He was born on Nintendo. Like, that is theirs. But Spider-Man didn't even start on video games. He didn't start on TV shows. He didn't start on movies. He started in comic books.
Mm-hmm.
And so at that point, I feel like it should be like not exclusive to a certain console if it didn't start with that console, if that's not its origins.
Yeah. I agree with that. Considering comics aren't like, ooh, this is a comic for X-Backs Spider-Man, you know what I mean?
X-Backs Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's for Spider-Man. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Grant.
Yeah, no, I'm on the same page as you guys. I feel like I don't think Spider-Man should be exclusive to one console. Spider-Man is a Marvel character. I don't know.
I just want to answer this real quick, just because it was typed into the chat. I don't think comics are dead necessarily, because you still see. I think doesn't Deadpool still get comics now?
Yeah, there's.
I think Deadpool still does.
Yeah, Deadpool still does. There's a bunch of different comic books that are still going. It's just a different form of medium. Some people like comic books. Some people like video games. Some people like movies. Some people like music. It's whatever form of medium that you decide to ingest.
I was gonna say, comics are just Japanese. Aren't comics and manga basically the same thing? Because I don't think manga's ever gonna die. There's always
give or take
coming out.
Give or take, I'm pretty sure that they're like the same thing. But I think comics are. When you think of a comic, you think more of superhero. When you think of manga, you think more of just like Yu-Gi-Oh or something like that. Or anime. But I think it's the same thing for the most part.
Nature.
Yeah.
I think manga is usually more in like book form though. I've seen some thick manga books.
Manga is more like graphic novel, and comics are like these short little snippets.
They're like once a week things versus a manga is like you got like an entire season in one book or whatever. Sometimes or whatever.
I think they're like spread between like 2 or 3 books, and then they wait a while and then do another 2 or 3 books.
All right.
Anyway,
wow.
That went off into something. Just felt like I needed to answer that question just because it was asked.
No, it's all good. It makes sense. So, speaking of people being exclusive, apparently Dr. Disrespect, because he got banned, wherever he ends up going, he's not going to be able to stream with people on Twitch while they are live. So here's the thing, just a little FYI for those of you who don't know, of course Doc's banned, right? Doc got banned for whatever reason, we still don't know why. I've been looking, still don't know why. But because he was terminated, he didn't just like get banned and then it's like, oh, you're in a suspension period. Like, he's perma banned, and because of that permanent ban, he cannot appeal it, and he's not allowed to show up on any person's stream that is live. So if he, for example, wants to play with Tim the Tatman has to wait till he's offline to then even talk with Doc. Doc can't show up in any way, shape, or form, otherwise Tim can get banned. So I think I understand what they're trying to do. Twitch is trying to hold their butts. They're trying to be careful because of whatever reason. If it's a legal issue, it kind of makes sense. But like I said, we don't know. So whatever they're doing, Doc isn't allowed to play with other people that are streaming, at least on Twitch.
Now, here's my question about that. I know that Twitch ain't going to say nothing because they'll typically just keep their mouths shut on such topics. Has Doc himself said anything about it?
The thing is that Doc has no clue what happened. Apparently, and this is just from his Twitter, he has no clue as to why he was banned. He probably has an idea, because here's the thing, he definitely did something. By the way, this is not sponsored by LaCroix, but LaCroix sponsor us. So Doc definitely did something, and he knows that he did something, right? He knows that he did something, but he's not sure of what led to the ban.
And Twitch didn't give him any sort of notification. They didn't give him anything. He was just banned one day.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you can look at the VOD, his last VOD, but it was pretty much he was doing something, and then he got all weird and quiet, and he's just like, "Okay, guys, like, we're not done, but until next time," pretty much. And then he was done. So like, they warned him that he was going to get banned, and then he cut his stream early, and that's about all that we know.
Yeah, and I don't think he's personally come out with anything other than that he was thinking about taking legal action against Twitch themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Well, if they banned him for no reason, then I mean that was his livelihood, was it not?
Yeah, that was his job. I feel like what would happen is they should at least give some sort of something, like, hey, you got banned because of this. And even if they say nothing else, at least he would know. I have a feeling that as the platform, if they ban you for a specific reason, they should at least let you know of that reason. Because here's the thing, you can see on people's Twitter and stuff, they will send, let's just say I get banned or whatever for saying, the N-word or something. Like, of course, I'm not ever going to say that. But let's say if that's why I got banned, I would then get an email from Twitch, and they would say, yo, you got banned because of racial slurs or offensive language, or would say something along that. But they would send an email giving the reason, and then they would say the day. And I want to say they send you a clip, like a clip of the reason. I could be wrong on that, but they let you know the day and the time and the reason. But apparently Doc hasn't gotten any of that.
Yeah.
Do you want to test that theory, Dan?
No, I don't want to test that theory. Don't say anything, boys.
I'm pretty sure for legal reasons they have to give you some sort of reason as to why you were terminated, correct?
Here's the thing,
especially if you are making money off of that platform.
Because that's how it goes with jobs, right? They give you a reason as to why you were, like, for quote unquote fired. They have to give you a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Give you a reason. That there's people. I mean, I think legally they're supposed to, but give you you know what I mean?
Right,
like, sometimes you just get fired, and it's like, oh, I got fired.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. If it's a legal requirement to give you a reason or anything to why you were fired or banned or so, and you don't get one, then I think he's completely in the right to sue him.
But then again, we don't know what's going on. It's just been really quiet. There's not been leaks of anything.
As of right now, with no information and being told that he was fired, that he was banned for what we know for no reason, I think that he's completely in the right to sue. But my opinion will change if and when we get more information about it.
I agree with you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like Twitch deserves to give the community some more information, seeing as how they started refunding people's subscriptions to them if they purchased the 1 month subscription, whatever,
mm-hmm.
or their Twitch Prime subscriptions or whatever like that. I feel like the community also deserves to know. I mean, they don't need to go into like exact detail. They can be like, he was terminated for breaking TOS, a certain part of TOS. Like, they don't need to like go into full detail. But
they don't need to go into full detail, but I feel like a lot of people would be unsatisfied with an answer like that.
I'm not sure though, because I know that there's a lot of people that have said we can't tell you because it's so bad. So I'm just curious, like legally, what can and can't be said.
But at that point, it's like bad in whose eyes? Just Twitch because they're trying to keep an image, or bad as in like on a social scale bad?
like,
Well, I mean, it could also be legally.
Yeah.
Like you know, it could be they're literally not allowed to say anything because of legality issues.
Yeah.
I mean, we could speculate all day long. It's just it's weird how because of the ban, he's not allowed to pretty much associate with anyone. Because then what's that going to do? That kind of I don't know. It's weird to me.
Well, because that's what I think hits me the most and causes the most confusion. Because other people who get banned on Twitch don't have this restriction. Like, let's say if Alenity got banned, I don't think that she would get that same sort of punishment.
No, in their terms of service, they have it clearly stated that if you're permanent banned, you're not allowed to appear on anyone else's stream. Unlike Shroud or Ninja, who left Twitch without being banned, they were allowed to stream with Twitch stream.
And that's only perma. Okay. That's not like a suspension, or that's not like, you know, a 30-day thing. Because like I said, you know, if something was to happen, I got that. You know, say if it was for 7 days or 30 days, like I could still show up, you know, and be around other people and stuff. But if it was perma, then you can't do any of that. At least while you're live. I
think it's also worth noting that if anyone was going to say, like, in publicly what the reason was for him being banned, it would have to be coming from the doc.
Yeah.
Because if Twitch were to release a reason why he was banned, that could be considered slander, especially to come out like that and be able to tell all of his fans.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that it would also have to be more of they can't come out not because of slander, but literally because of legal reasons. Like I feel like whatever it would be, if they were to say something, then they can definitely get sued. Rather than if it was him saying something. Because I feel that here's the thing, like if he said something because he's the one that's at fault, it's a little different. But it's almost like, you know, a third party, you know, peeping Tom, if you will, you know, like they come, oh, I saw this, you know, like, oh, that's whatever, you know, it's kind of like Twitch saying, like, if you say that, I don't know. I feel like it's just really muddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a whole situation in itself. I don't know. Could go on for a little while talking about Doc and his band.
Could go on for a little while. All right, so this next one makes me laugh because I don't know why we're going to talk about this one. It's just funny to me. It really shows a lot about what the whole like streaming thing has gone to, though. You know, there's some people who are, of course, you know, definitely making it, and then there's some people who are struggling. There's some people, you know, who are in the middle. But like, even just reading this makes me laugh. Yeah. Ninja, dude. He wants to try and start like starring in movies and pretty much like being an actor.
Yeah, he wants to take Hollywood. He wants to take Hollywood by the cojones and just run with it. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, how many followers did he have on Twitch or whatever? He's had quite.
He had like, I think he was number one with like 7 million or something like that. But then his YouTube has like 24 million.
Yeah, like 24 million. Stupid. He's already about a quarter of the way to PewDiePie status. I mean, yeah. And he's only been relevant for what, like 3-4 years now? So,
I mean, if you think about it, he's been relevant since like the Halo days. Like he used to play Halo a lot, and that's of course what he like started on and went forward with. But the thing is that it wasn't until like 3 or 4 years ago to where he was kind of brought into the spotlight, and then he started playing with like Drake and stuff, and then he just exploded and everything. You can't pull that back in.
So yeah, like 3 or 4 years ago, he actually became relevant. But yeah, now he's in the spotlight from Fortnite. He's in the spotlight from playing video games with Drake that one time.
Yeah.
So I mean, if he makes it in Hollywood, all props to him. I mean, I feel like it'll be good for him. Maybe.
I mean,
if he can entertain 24 million people, he should be somewhere entertaining people, I guess. Whether that be like voice acting or actually acting.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't like the guy myself. I don't watch him. I'm not exactly a fan of his personality. But his name, the only thing Hollywood cares about is that his name sells.
Exactly.
That's really the only thing, honestly. That's the only reason I see him making any sort of money in Hollywood is just because of his name alone. But
Well,
I don't think he has the face for Hollywood. My
he doesn't.
opinion.
He doesn't have the personality either. I don't want to say he's kind of a brat, just a little bit. I mean, especially recently, there's just a bunch of like him raging compilations and videos and stuff that are coming out, and it's like you need to stop, like grow up a little bit. I can understand, if you get mad, like you lose a round because you screw up or whatever. But, like you're bad, like get over it. But yeah, I don't think he's a good. I don't think he'd be a very good image, if you will.
You're okay with what happened, losing.
Though he makes music and stuff. Well, he made music. He like partnered with someone and made an album. Yeah.
Jake
Like
Paul
house
also
music.
made music.
Okay. Well,
Doesn't
listen.
mean that it should
he's
be
worse.
made, but it was made.
He also made that garbage ass movie. It was that one about an airplane. They're on an airplane.
Snakes on a
Yeah,
plane.
airplane mode.
Airplane mode.
That was
Never heard of
Logan's. But yeah,
Oh my
same
bloody
concept,
god!
but-
I don't think I've ever seen a more retarded movie in my life.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, like we're all saying, the name is what's selling. I mean, Logan
Yeah.
and Jake Paul, they put out music, they put out movies, whatever. Personally, I do not mind, and I even watch pretty consistently Logan stuff now. I still can't watch Jake at all. It just makes me sick.
They're just not as popular as they used to be a couple of years ago. Like their
Logan-
name, you do not hear their names at all in news anymore.
That's because they were scum, and like with all the controversy that went on between both of them, I think they kind of dropped off a little bit. The only reason that
There's
they
a
get
lot of
any
drama.
the only reason they get any news is like if like the fight or whatever, KSI and whatever they like fought. That's like the last I heard. Other than that, like you have to pretty much be like a cult following, if you will.
But I don't know. So, if Ninja were to make it in Hollywood, what kind of movies what kind of movies would you expect to see him or hear him in?
I think
Ready
voice
Player
acting.
2.
Ready Player 2.
Yeah, Ready Player 2.
Yeah. I mean, I could see a lot of just animated movies, where he's just a voice actor. I can see that.
Yeah.
I like for him, just as like an image, I don't see him being in a lot, to be honest. He just doesn't have the. This is gonna sound really just shallow, but he doesn't have like a build for it. I don't think he's just very lanky. Unless if they want him to be just some like a couple extras, extra characters or whatever. But
I mean, we could make him the next Waluigi.
To that fact, a lot of the time when you go to Hollywood or whatever, if you got the money, you can pay for a personal trainer. Take a look at Chris Pratt from how he went from kind of pudgy when he was starring in, what was it, Parks and Rec, going from that to Guardians of the Galaxy.
true, he bulked up.
Yeah, he slimmed down, bulked up. I feel like Ninja could bulk up quite a bit, given the proper nutritional diet and exercise.
I mean, like I said, I probably I'm going on with what Dan said. I could probably only ever see him in like an animated movie, maybe even like an animated version of his bloody book that he made, or voice acting. But other than that, I just can't see him doing anything like serious.
I think it's interesting, like this whole movement of like social media influencers trying to move to movies and TV shows and stuff. Liza Koshy, she's done it fairly successfully. They're mostly private movies, like YouTube or Netflix shows. David Dobrik, he starred in a couple of TV shows, and also I guess he did something in Angry Birds. The Paul brothers kind of did the opposite. They used to be on Disney Channel or wherever, and now I feel like it would be really difficult for them to try to get on anything now.
Yeah.
It's because they were fired from Disney, as far as I remember.
Let's be honest. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
I mean, PewDiePie was also fired from Disney, but we won't go into that.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah,
He was on Disney.
I mean,
no, he was associated with Disney.
Yeah, he was
And
associated with
then-
Disney and a
What
couple other.
wasn't it? Didn't he get because of the bridge thing from PUBG?
No, it was either the bridge thing or the Fiverr thing. One of those two. I think it was the Fiverr thing.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't remember the Fiverr.
I'll tell you guys after the podcast tonight. If you guys,
All right.
I'm pretty sure your viewers, if they've kept up with PewDiePie in the last 4 years, they probably already know.
I'm gonna have to look at that because I have no clue what you're talking about. It's going right over my head.
Yeah.
I do know that he
Oh,
messed
wait,
up.
wait,
with,
Yeah,
like-
yeah. No, we're not gonna bring it up on the podcast.
Oh, okay. I
'Cause-
remember now what
yeah.
you're talking about.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. I don't want to get in trouble, so
Yeah.
let's keep going. I do want to say this though. It's interesting to see big names, kind of like what Graham was saying, to try and venture into that stuff. You know, especially like some people are trying to go into music. Some people are trying to go into what is it? Writing books. I don't know what that term is. Authorship.
Just
I don't know.
Being
Just
authors,
writing books.
Becoming an
being
author. Publisher.
Yeah, become an author. You know, trying to go to movies or TV shows or even like start their own like business. Like it's interesting to see just the growth that, you know, this what would you call it, profession has grown to, especially within just like the last 5 years. I'm curious to see where it's going to go in the future.
I could. I
What do you
mean,
mean, huh?
I don't know.
eh,
All I'm saying is, if there's a Fortnite movie that comes out, obviously Ninja's got to be one of at least a what are they called?
Main actor,
Well, no, not a main actor. At least a
protagonist,
Extra?
antagonist,
no,
support,
Easter egg.
no. Easter egg is more along the term I'm looking for.
cameo.
Yeah, cameo. That's what it is.
Cameo.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Bruh, I don't know why my mind was
Like
blanking
Hangman.
with the word cameo. Like, I have no idea.
I mean, wouldn't Shroud technically have to be one too, or does he not do Fortnite anymore?
I mean, he did for a little bit. When it was starting to become popular, he kind of messed around. He destroyed, but he was still more like PUBG, and then moved to Apex, and then moved to
Valorant?
Well, he was into Valorant a little bit, but that was after PUBG. I'm trying to think of like the sequence that he kind of went, but I can't remember exactly.
I mean, didn't what's her name? I mean, didn't Selena, not her name, his name, didn't Selena date Bieber at some point?
Oh yeah. That was a thing,
Yeah,
and then
for a while.
it stopped. But
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that personally. I don't care.
Yeah, no, I think we're getting a little bit off topic there when we go from Ninja trying to take Hollywood to Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber. I think we've delved down the rabbit hole a little
they
bit
live
too
in
much.
Hollywood. Oh wait, no, he lives in Indiana. Never mind. Okay, moving on. There's
let's,
a few things.
Let's pull
Go
that
ahead, what?
rabbit. Let's pull that rabbit back out of the hole.
Yeah, just stuff it back into the hat and pop it up.
Yeah.
There's a few small things that kind of just want to mention. First things first. I know Grant's super excited about Lego Star Wars. Apparently that was leaked. What is it even?
I mean, not much has been released right now. But there was like just a little like menu screen leak. That
Isn't it
revealed like some of the menu items and a bunch of characters, and I think they said there was gonna be like I want to say like 500 plus Lego characters. Because it's the Skywalker saga, so it's like anything that a Skywalker has been in, which is everything
So,
except for
anything
like
and
Rogue
everything.
One.
So
through
it's
6.
literally just a remake with a name change.
It's basically
And
all the
you
Lego
have to
Star
add
Wars.
like 3 movies.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it just be every Lego Star Wars game up until this point, adding the new 3 movies?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's literally just like a remaster of the 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6.
And
That-
then you
that's kinda
add
what it sounds like,
7, 8,
because-
9.
Oh, 7, 8, 9, duh.
7,
I forgot about 7, 8, 9.
7,
was gonna
8,
say,
9.
duh.
Duh.
Yeah, because if you haven't seen it, Rey is a Skywalker. Oh.
Yeah. No spoilers.
No, she's not.
No.
No spoilers.
She is.
Wow.
She's a
You
what?
literally just
Stop.
spoiled.
Dan, stop.
I don't care. The movie came out 2 years ago and it sucks. If you haven't
I
seen
don't
it now,
care.
I feel
I
bad
haven't.
for you.
Well, feel bad for me.
Tim, get out.
I don't have Disney Plus. I can't afford that stuff.
2 years old. If I can't spoil a movie that's 2 years old.
I mean, to be fair, you haven't spoiled Halo for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that happened.
Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. You haven't spoiled Halo for me, but you'll spoil Star Wars? Jerk.
Oh, because I care about Halo and I care about you getting into it blind.
Yeah, I care about
I care
Star
about
Wars.
Halo and Star Wars.
Who cares about Disney trilogies anymore, right?
Okay,
Tim?
Okay, I'm gonna ask this question real quick. Who did you guys even like the Rey
No.
trilogy?
They were stupid. I take that back. When the first one came out, the reboot came out, I was like, oh, this is actually kind of good. I liked the first one. But everything else after that was hot doo-doo butter.
What about Rogue One?
I personally didn't like that one. I didn't think it was that great. I thought the main actress, I feel like for what she did a good job, but I didn't like her style of acting in a Star Wars movie. It felt like she felt out of place to me.
I
If
really
that makes
like
any
Rogue
sense.
One and 789. I didn't necessarily care that much for as part of the saga, but as 789 kind of individualized, I didn't think they're that bad. But trying to connect them with the rest of the story is very difficult.
I mean, I can see where they were trying to go with Rogue One. I liked Rogue One personally. I thought it was a decent film. I liked the ship battling that they had in it, and I liked the whole basically prequel to A New Hope thing that they had going on.
Oh, that was kind of cool when it lined up. I did like that.
Yeah, which again, I thought it was a fine movie. However, I'm not exactly a fan of Rey as a character. I think she could have done better.
I don't
personally.
know. Unpopular opinion: Star Wars Episode 3, best film.
Unpopular opinion, Star Wars really isn't that good of a show or series.
You're right.
I'm not a big fan. I like Lord of the Rings more.
Nah, Clone Wars fam. Best movie.
Listen.
Clone Wars fam.
All right, listen. Okay, let's move on from Star Wars. All right. We got an Anthem update, Anthem 2.0. A lot of people, I personally liked Anthem. I know Chance did. I thought it was fun for what it was when it came out. There really wasn't that much, but it was it was like a breath of fresh air. Everything was new and it felt good. Once it got to the end game, it sucked. We got a little update. Right now, currently, they're working on changing loot pools and changing weapons a little bit, just trying to tweak that. There's a lot of information, and well, I shouldn't say a lot, but it's rather exhaustive, if you will, just as to what they're doing. You can look it up, find it anywhere. But they're currently in the process of changing all of that up right now. No news about what they're going to be going into next. Do you have any thoughts on that, Chance? Since I know you like the game.
I very much do. I very much did enjoy Anthem, just like you did, working through the game up until the point where we had to grind for stuff. And even at that point, with the horrible loopholes, there was only maybe 2 weapons that were viable. I'm very upset, and I said this last night in our chat. I'm very upset that with the direction they took the game, but I am happy and glad to see that they are making an active. I want to say an active push to make the game better, because you don't see that very much with game franchises anymore. If a game's bad, then they'll just move on to the next game. But for some reason, they're trying to stick with Anthem and trying to make it better.
Well, I mean,
I find that very odd.
Sometimes if a game's bad enough, what was it? They had 2 kind of back-to-back bad games, quote unquote. They had Mass Effect Andromeda, which kind of flopped quite a bit, and then Anthem as well, which kind of flopped as well. I'm surprised EA's letting them work on it and make it better.
Now, I forget, is it EA or is it also Ubisoft? Does Ubisoft have anything with it again? I completely forget.
No, it's BioWare,
Yeah,
so it's just
BioWare.
EA.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of Halo stuff that has come out recently. Lots of news. Some of it came out last week. Yeah, dude, hot topic, because everyone wants to know what's going to happen. Like I said, I want to say this right now, 343 isn't going to be able to deliver. I don't think they will. I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but they're not going to be able to. They flopped on 4 and 5, in my opinion, in terms of campaign, that is. But MCC, so Master Chief Collection, totally different from Infinite. But, on PC and with console, you're going to be able to get crossplay and custom game browsing, kind of like a file share from good old Halo 3 days.
Ooh, okay. That I am, because the match browsing and being able to see a list of stuff. Have you guys ever heard of the Russian fan, like modders basically took what was originally going to be basically Halo Online, and then a bunch of modders got a hold of it and turned it into their own version of Halo Online. They had a very nice matchmaking list, listed like the map, how many people were in it, what game mode was being played, and if it was a customs, it would list what kind of custom game it was. If MCC can incorporate something exactly like that, then I think that it would help out a lot, because I'm tired of sitting in queues for 20 minutes trying to find a damn big team battle.
I'm with you on that one.
So basically, they're going to be like, how Battlefield 4 had their matchmaking system after they introduce the dedicated servers that you can rent or buy or whatever for whatever, so you can set whatever your custom game modes. But the interesting part to me is going to be the crossplay between the console and the PC, because I don't think that's done too well in games like first-person shooters, because I know playing with you guys on Call of Duty Modern Warfare, a lot of the time PC players tend to complain about console players having aim assist. I don't know. Is aim assist even a thing in console on Halo?
No, it's not really. Not that I've... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Here's the thing. Before Chance goes down there, Apple, I want to say this. Master Chief Collection actually has a bug on PC. I'm not even sure if it's a bug, but if you use a controller on Master Chief Collection on PC, you actually shoot faster. There's like weird pros to using a controller on Master Chief Collection than mouse and keyboard. You can look into that. Like, I know Summit1G, he was playing Halo MCC when it came out. He was playing like original Halo 3, like he was going through and playing everything. And they actually did some tests and found out that controller players that play on PC, Master Chief Collection, actually have they have perks to using a controller. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if it's like supposed to be in the game, but they haven't taken it out as far as I know. Like, people shoot faster. There's legit pros. You can look it up. It's insane.
I don't think I would need to look it up more. So I'll do some testing later to see if what you're saying is correct or not. But that doesn't seem right to me, because I mean, most of the guns have most of the automatic weapons have a set fire rate.
So
well, that's just what I heard, and that was a long time ago, so it could have changed. I haven't personally looked into it, so this is all just coming out of, my butt, pretty much. Chad is saying there was a bug where you can shoot through the floor on Halo 2 multiplayer, and it auto hits random players in the lobby, including teammates as well as enemies. It probably got patched, but that was one of the bugs.
I sure hope so. I'll play with you guys on Halo 2 multiplayer.
I mean, if that was the case, then I would assume that probably got patched out, and that was probably when MCC originally came out. Well, I can't imagine that still being a bug that's hanging around.
Well, when Master Chief Collection originally came out, so this is way back on console, and I say this every time because I think there's some people that still remember it. I bought it and I downloaded it and I tried playing it. If you could even get into a multiplayer game because it was so broken, if you can even finish the game because it was so broken, and you came in first, you didn't come in first, you came in firth, and they actually had a call card where it says firth, like one and then TH, because they spelt first wrong. So the game was so broken when it came out on console that when they ported it over to PC, I think most of the game-breaking bugs in terms of you can't connect to players, you can't finish games were fixed, but they still had really, really bad bugs in terms of using a controller and a mouse and keyboard. So it's going to be interesting to see how crossplay works. And I will say this: you can talk about what I just said, or you can talk about this. I'm interested to see if it's going to be you can crossplay at any point in time. You can crossplay if you turn on an option, or you can cross-play only when you are playing with people that are cross-playing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no.
So like you would have like an Xbox player join you, and then you would play cross-play.
Yeah, no, I think what I was reading is that they're going to be doing input-based matchmaking. So you'll have the few people on PC that might get into console lobbies, like you were saying. Maybe they joined up with their Xbox friend or whatever, got into a majority of Xbox players, and they're just going to pub stomp because point-and-click adventure, you know how PC goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Point-and-click adventures.
Yep.
That could not be more true with a sniper rifle.
I've seen Dan play with
So
the car.
It's nice,
it's
bro.
literally
It's
a point-and-click adventure.
Bro, I snipe you for days with the sniper rifle. I just like look, click, boom. I don't even stop.
Yeah, no. So,
I
it'll be interesting.
Killing.
yeah.
I just love killing.
Oh boy.
Oh my. Now,
I'm
now
curious
that being said, though, with the cross-platform, I wonder if that's going to be just for multiplayer, like custom and matchmaking games, or if that's also going to be associated with co-op on campaigns.
It'll most likely be associated with co-op on campaigns because, I mean, don't they have to have some sort of multiplayer matchmaking system to be able to join your friends?
I think so.
Whatever. I think that'll probably end up being a thing.
I mean, I do agree with Mr. Tim down here in the chat. I as much as I bag and rag on Modern Warfare for console players getting a slight aim assist on like when it's in the short range, I just think aim assist just shouldn't exist. Period.
I mean,
yeah, and those. Sorry, one real quick. Those who are listening and can't watch. Tim said aim assist on cross-platform shouldn't exist ever.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
I mean, technically, I don't know. I mean, cross-platform, PC players are always going to have an advantage, like, no matter what. If you take away the aim assist, they're going to dominate no matter what, because, I mean, aim assist is designed to give console players an even playing ground. And a lot of the time with games like Modern Warfare, with the aim assist, it only works at a certain range.
Yeah, I think it's like 10 meters out is when aim assist will stop working for console. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I want to say it's 10 or 15.
It's about 10 meters out.
Because I know when you're using a sniper rifle at range, I know you can't just look down the sight and it immediately be already locked onto somebody.
Yeah. It's so you definitely have. So a lot of people will say this, and I've heard. I don't know if you guys know CLG Nicewig. He's a big Apex guy. He went on because he's a controller player for Apex, and he pretty much will say this. There's always going to be a coin. You know, there's going to be a good side and a bad side. On the good side with controllers, you know, you have aim assist. But on the bad side, you know, this is just talking about Apex, by the way. On the bad side of the coin with Apex, you can't move around when you're looting. You're stationary when you loot, so easier time, or like you're more likely to get headshot. Long range is really hard to pinpoint with thumbsticks. It's really hard to aim at range with thumbsticks. You know, he goes on and says a few other things, but he says this, like, PC has a lot of pros and some cons, and controller has a lot of pros and some cons. So there's always going to be, you know, a war between the two because whatever reason, I kind of think that there needs to be a sweet spot. You know, there definitely needs to be a sweet spot. But I think overall, like, PC players have the
advantage.
Yeah,
advantage. Thank you.
They also definitely have the advantage when it comes to movement. Being like playing Call of Duty, being able to watch a PC player being able to jump and slide and then like crouch and aim on you without only having to use 3 fingers. I mean, that's kind of overkill to me, in my opinion. Like, I've watched Chance play. I've seen him jump into a slide, down into a prone, turn and shoot somebody. Like, literally, that had no idea what the heck was going on. So, I mean, like you were saying, two sides of the same coin. You're going to have pros and cons with whatever is going on.
You think I'm cancerous enough having to play against on shipment, so...
Tim does bring up another really good point. There are, with consoles, you're actually able to start using mouse and keyboard now. Do you think that people should take more... They should take that and stop using controller and actually start using mouse and keyboard, or do you think that it's just like whatever?
I feel like it's whatever. I mean, it's whatever you're comfortable playing on. It's your preference.
I'd like to agree and say that it's your preference, but at the same time, I also have to pull in the fact that it's a lot easier to aim with a mouse.
For you, it's a lot easier to aim with a mouse. For me, I'm absolute dog trash with a mouse. Like, I'll be looking at you I mean, you can attest to playing with me on Halo Master Chief Collection on mouse and keyboard. You see how crappy I am with my aim.
Yeah, poor Tim.
Oh, I always thought that you were playing with like a controller.
No, I'm playing on mouse and keyboard.
I mean, like, there is a thing though to say that like it's going to take time to swap to mouse and keyboard. It took me years to even get decent with mouse and keyboard, just because I was using controller for so long. But again, we're getting into a really deep rabbit hole. So I'm going to pull us back. I'm going to pull us back on that one because we still got a few more things to talk about before we wrap this up. So if you have any final thoughts, I'd say them now before we move on.
Well, I will definitely say that in terms of a competitive scene, I would definitely say that mouse and keyboard has an advantage over controller.
Yeah, I mean,
I would say if you got an extra mouse and keyboard lying around and you want to give it a try, I would say go for it, especially if you're wanting to get into a competitive type scene with any type of shooter.
I would agree, because here's the thing: I don't. There are some people that are really good at controller, and I'm sorry, I'll say this. I'll ask if there's anything, and we'll move on. There are really good people at controller. You know, you take like Nick Merckx, for example. He is insane on a controller. You know, and I think that there comes a point in time to where, and I'm probably gonna get hurt for saying this, but like there comes a point in time to where either you need to get really good with a controller, or like if you just can't get to that point, then go to mouse keyboard.
Yeah.
But I mean, then again, that's just my opinion. Like, it's my opinion. Who cares? If you don't agree with me, that's fine. We're gonna move on. Anyway, last thoughts. Everyone good?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good.
All right, lit. Another thing about Halo, though, Halo is getting Razer peripherals.
Oh yeah, speaking of mouse and keyboard.
We got one more Halo thing. Speaking of moving forward, we got more Halo stuff.
Oh yeah, Halo.
Yeah, Halo and Razer are getting PC perifs, so you're gonna be able to get like mice and keyboards and mouse pads, and probably I would assume they're gonna do some sort of sexy monitor, limited edition monitor. So you're gonna be able to get all that stuff if you're a Razer fanboy. I personally hate Razer. I could care less about that. I like Halo, but not Razer. I feel like Razer is. So hear me out when I say this. I'm going to draw a comparison, all right? And I love this. This is my favorite comparison of all time. Apple phones. You know how Apple phones are, they're very easy to use, but it's a very smart piece of technology. Apple is smart technology for dumb people. And I feel that Razer, if you can draw that same comparison, is the comparison. Razer is like the super beefy, I don't know what to get, so I'm going to get Razer because it's super well known kind of thing, rather than trying to go with something else like Logitech, which is actually like, I don't know, I think Logitech's more solid than Razer.
Not sponsored, I know that by Logitech, but
Logitech, please.
Okay, sponsor.
LaCroix, please. We need this LaCroix, and then we also need Logitech. Thank you.
Logitech. I really want to make a comparison. I really want to make a comparison to headsets, but it's a very inappropriate comparison. So let's not do it.
Maybe we should leave it for off.
Tell us later.
For me, like based on principle, I don't necessarily like Razer because, like you said, like it's the Apple, really.
If you can even say that, because I feel weird comparing it like that, but if you can say that and you understand what I'm saying, then yeah, it works.
Yeah,
I mean,
like based on principle, I don't like it, but I definitely am interested to see what they're doing and what they're doing with the Halo Infinite designs on these peripherals, because I mean, really, it's still good. Like Razer's products are still good. It's just it's Razer. I mean, there's not like I can't really even explain it.
When I think of Razer, I think of the scooter that I used to have when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I don't think of mice and keyboards.
The ankle breakers.
Yeah, the ankle breakers.
Yeah, the ones that you'd like try and do a sick trick with, and you'd break your ankle just like yeah.
Big old nasty scabs because you just eat it up. Oh my gosh, it's insane.
But
that's I think it's weird. I don't like Razer. The moral of the story, I don't like Razer. I think it's trash.
I mean, for an entry-level PC builder or PC entry level, Razer is a good enough product. If you're looking for something more specific, like quieter keys or whatever, or more responsive keys, definitely look into something else.
Yeah, I feel that if you're getting into it and you don't know what to get, Razer's a decent choice. I will say that. They're overrated, in my opinion. They're overrated and they're overpriced. Sorry. I mean, a lot of PC parts in general, I think, are overpriced. Mm-hmm. But again, my opinion. But yeah, I don't like Razer. And LaCroix needs to sponsor us. Thank you very much. Okay, so then I know Chance has been really into this meme, dude. Chance loves this meme. He loves the Halo Craig memes. I don't know what it is, but he loves them. He posts them all day, every day. Even while he's sleeping, he queues up Craig meme posts.
Yeah.
That's not true, but it can be true.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've seen him, like, while he's sleeping, he's just, like, seems like a bot's just posting one Craig meme after another, like, every minute or so. There's a new Craig meme in the chat.
He's got a one today, and it's just to post Craig memes directly to Discord.
He steals them off Reddit. He doesn't make them. He steals them.
Yeah, hell
he literally is just making our Discord a Craig meme subreddit.
It's a cesspool.
This is the Craig fan club now.
No. Well, speaking of fan club.
Oh, no.
That was a really bad segue. Craig was apparently named Xbox mascot by Phil Spencer. What do you think about them apples?
Dude, I am surprised to see a meme that was meant to make fun of Halo Infinite now become not only a character that's probably going to have an Easter egg in Infinite, but now also become the mascot.
Yeah.
Where did Craig come from?
He came
he's
from
he's one of the two brutes that Master Chief kills when they come out of the drop pods when he's walking up the ramp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So pretty much what happens is he drops down and he's tanking bullets. This chief is trying to mow this brute down, and the brute's like running towards him, right? And then as soon as the brute gets in his face, you can see Master Chief's arm go like this to hit them, to bash them, and then it freezes, and it's just a face of a brute that has lost all hope in humanity and has no emotion.
Well, I mean, I hope a brute doesn't have any faith in humanity in the first place.
R.I.P. Craig.
Any faith in brute-manity.
Brute-manity.
That's a good meme.
I mean, all I'm saying is Craig for President 2020.
Craig for President? I wouldn't mind that. That'd be kind of funny.
As much as you guys are saying that you like Craig, you seem to be very irritated when I post more Craig memes.
That's because you post a billion Craig memes. Like, we can't have a second of silence without hearing ba-ding, 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 Craig meme, Craig meme, Craig meme.
What's even worse, and hear me out, he has enough memes to send us each a meme individually that the other hasn't seen and still posts them to the meme wall in the Discord. He has so many Craig memes. It blows my mind.
I want to point out. No,
go ahead.
I needed to be quiet for a second here. Because I want to point out that I just went back into our memes to find out when the last time he posted one was. It was after we started this podcast.
He posted a meme. What?
He posted while we've been in this podcast. He has posted a Craig meme.
Oh my goodness, Chance.
So here's the thing, Chance. You almost fall asleep before we start. I literally have to yell into the mic to wake you up, and then while we're recording, you decide to post a Craig meme instead of discuss. This is messed up, dude.
See, so we have literal video evidence of Chance posting Craig memes while he's asleep.
I hate it so much. I hate it so much.
I mean, I love Craig. I just hate the memes coming 24/7.
Here's the thing. He sometimes posts other memes that aren't Craig memes, too. Chance is a meme lord. If Chance could make money off of memes, Chance would somehow be making money off memes.
If Chance could make money off memes, he would be living on Halo Reddit right now.
If I don't see a Craig meme, I'm literally where is Craig? Is he safe? Is he alright?
Where is Craig? You're not wrong.
That's a good one. All right.
What I need to do is I need to take everything I've posted in Tim's chat and I need to move it to Dan's chat.
No, don't.
I mean,
you probably could.
You probably could.
No.
Just like copy paste my chat into Dan's.
I just need to take a screenshot. That's all I need to do.
Just
No, dude,
screenshot
it's
it.
toxic. Please, no.
Put it in the BroTalk podcast area.
I'm like Patrick from SpongeBob. We take the Craig memes and we push them somewhere else.
Is this Chance? No, this is Craig.
Is this the Krusty Craig? No.
Okay, we're gonna move on before we delve more into the meme culture because I know Chance can go on for a long time about memes.
That's because Chance has got that endurance.
Just one last note, because I took the time to count. He has posted 9 Craig memes in the last 3 hours.
Okay,
Oh
9 in the last 3 hours. Okay, that's not as
That's
bad
not
as I was
thought
thinking.
it was gonna be.
But it feels
Now you
like a
have to
lot
count
more.
how much. Yeah, you have to count how much he sent to us individually. That wasn't.
You
posted
underestimate my power.
No chance.
Are you challenging me, Scoob?
Alright, listen. Let's pull it back in. Let's move on. Tim, I'm going to hand this over to you. Tell us what games are going to be launching this week.
Looks like we got a few games launching this week. I want to say around 7 total that look interesting, kind of ish. We got Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, which basically looks like a battle royale platformer. I'm not too big into those. I mean,
it looks pretty cool.
It
bro.
looks fun, but I don't know if I'll end up getting it.
I know.
Go ahead.
Let me say this real quick. If anyone hasn't heard about it, you know, Carnage. He was praising that game, saying it's so much fun. So I need to look into it. I might actually pick it up because it looks like a good party game.
That releases today on PlayStation 4 and PC. We got Hellbound, which is releasing on PC. That is a Doom wannabe. It literally looks like you ripped the new graphics from Doom, but the old heads-up display from the 90s Doom that literally runs on anything, literally just had a baby and called it Hellbound. That's literally what it is. That releases today on PC. We've got another game called Scully. That releases on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. That releases today. It looks like it's going to be, as far as what I seen, it looked like a puzzle-solving platformer that no one wants or needs, in my personal opinion. Like,
we don't need it.
And then we got Brawlhalla releasing on iOS, Android. I believe that releases in 2 days, so that'll be, what, Thursday?
The 6th.
Yeah, the 6th.
I mean, my sister's friend, not friend, her boyfriend plays a lot of Brawlhalla and says it's really good. So I don't know.
I'm saying it's basically Smash, like
without the ledges.
It's basically Smash, but for basically Smash. I don't know. I've played it a couple times, couldn't really get into it. But then again, I mean, I've played Smash a couple times, and Chance just beats my booty like it's a pair of bongos. So he's literally DK from the bongo game that you had to buy for the 64 or whatever.
Dude, that was great.
The GameCube fucking peripheral that you had to buy for it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my sister still has the bongos.
Oh my goodness.
The game was so good.
All right, moving on. We got Fast and the Furious Crossroads releasing on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC on August 7th. It's basically a game for an irrelevant movie franchise that nobody should care about. I mean, honestly, it looks like it looks like an off-brand of like Twisted Metal meets wannabe Fast and the Furious. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of the Fast and the Furious movies were good, like 1, 2, and Tokyo Drift. Again? Fast and the Furious Crossroads.
How does it look like Twisted Metal?
There's like guns that you can like shoot on the sides or whatever. Like,
oh my god!
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We got Horizon Zero Dawn launching on PC. So much for console exclusives for PS4. Am I right, guys? That releases on August 7th.
You know, I was actually happy to see that happy to play that game when that came out, and then when it became a PlayStation thing, I was like, nah, I'm good.
Well, guess what? You have a PC, right?
Play it on PC now.
And finally, like Sony's finally kind of getting smart. I mean, they're holding Spider-Man hostage, but when it comes to their exclusives,
yeah,
it's a damn miracle.
So stupid that they're holding that back. I'm still salty about that, even though we talked about it like an hour ago.
I mean, just get it on PS4, Dan.
I don't have a PS4. I don't want to drop that much money. It's probably going to be $500 at least.
You think he's going to buy a PS4? Dude, he won't even buy a Switch.
I know, jeez.
Chance has a point.
Dan's got his priorities messed up. Who needs to pay their bills when they could be playing video games? And then
build you'd be playing Mario Kart.
the last game that we have on this list that is releasing is called Inertial Drift. It's releasing for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, Switch, and PC. I don't know if y'all played Top Gear. It's a Super Nintendo game. It's a really old Super Nintendo game. It basically looks like that, but it's more focused around drifting versus actually racing. So,
I mean, if you're really into cars, it could be fun, but that's not my cup of tea.
I mean, I love Top Gear on the Super Nintendo. It was probably one of my favorite games growing up, mainly just because of the soundtrack alone. Like,
I bet it was pretty solid, pretty fire.
When we get back into the regular chat, you're gonna hear some Top Gear soundtrack, my guy. You're gonna be like, "Dang, this music's good."
Oh, no.
Sounds
you insist.
Soundtrack good, gameplay bad. Sounds a lot like the Sonic franchise.
No, gameplay was good too. Especially if you chose.
What are you talking about? It was on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, the gameplay was good.
No, it was 2D.
It was 2D.
No, I'm talking about because you were just talking about like gameplay was bad. Were you not?
No.
Oh.
I mean, Inertial Drift looks like the gameplay is going to be bad, but I said Top Gear was one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh, I must have misheard you then.
It's like a top 3.
I must have misheard you then.
Yeah, no, like we got top 3. We got Top Gear is like number 3. We got Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is like number 2, and I have no idea what the heck is number 1 because I play a lot of games and I forget what games are good. Depends on what I'm playing at the certain point.
The Witcher 3, bro. Witcher 3.
The Witcher 3. Yeah. Yeah.
But face me in some Bubble Bobble, okay? That's all I got to say.
Bubble Bobble was pog. It was so good. It was so hard, but it was so good. So good. Anyway.
That was my nickname.
Do we have any other games? I don't think so. I think that's all that's releasing this week. Anyway, that has been the segment Games Launching with Tim. I'm going to rebrand that.
Oh, yeah.
Probably going to be games or Timmy's time with game. I don't know. It's going to be something good.
Okay, it's not going to be anything stupid, Dan.
It's going to be Timmy Tender's games, bro.
I will literally have to come all the way over to Seattle just to punch you in the face.
Well, we're going to call it Timmy's Tenders. Little Tim time.
Dan, look at me. Look at me. Yeah. I'm going to tongue punch your fart box. Now get on with the topics.
Okay.
We're going to move on.
Look at little Tim.
Shut up. I'm laughing too much. All right. So here at the BroTalk podcast, we enjoy good news. There's a lot of negative news going on in the world. There's a lot of things that you hear and you're like, oh my gosh, that again. So we like to try and wrap up everything with good news, whether it be about video games, whether it be literally about anything. We just want to try and leave on a positive note, something that you can look on. You can go, look up yourself and be like, wow, that's encouraging. That's uplifting. I like that a lot. There's something that we wanted to kind of change a little bit. We wanted to introduce you to a TV show. And this TV show is actually really, really good. I've been watching it with my wife. I know Tim watched a few episodes. I'm not sure if Grant or Chance watched it all. It's called Down to Earth. Down to Earth with Zac Efron. Now, before you're just like, bruh, listen, Zac Efron, who the heck? I don't want to listen to him walk around a high school and sing while trying to go down to Earth. No, it's not anything about that. What he does is he goes to different areas of the world. Like, for example, episode 1, spoiler alert, is in Iceland. And he learns all about Iceland and the renewable energy. It's really, really good, and it really gets you thinking a lot about the Earth and about people and about just really good things that we need to be talking about. So good news for this week. We suggest that you go watch that show, or at least give it 1 or 2 episodes. It's a really good show. I personally, like I said, really enjoyed it. And I think I'm on the last episode, and I think it's somewhere in like the Amazon jungle or something. I'm really excited to watch it.
Ooh, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. I know that they go to somewhere in France and talk about miracle healing, which is a little weird to me. But I was like, whatever, floats your boat. And then they also talk, or sinks it. They go to Sardinia and they talk about centennials, which is like people who live to be over 100 years old. That episode's really interesting. I like it. Anyway, watch that show. It's called Down to Earth with Zac Efron. Great show. Great show. By the way, this podcast is not sponsored by LaCroix, but it should be. LaCroix sponsor us. That's like the 5th plug. So, I'm really giving you guys money here.
Literally anyone sponsor us.
Dan,
literally anyone, but
Dan,
I
feel like
nice.
I feel like at this point in time, you literally just need to reach out to LaCroix and talk to them. Like, talk to one of their marketers and be like, hey.
I will.
We just
I will
start now.
listen.
Give us some clout.
Listen, dude, I'm gonna send an email. I'll let you guys know how it goes next week, or whenever I get a reply. Yo, you want to sponsor us with some free sparkling water? That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
If
they'll
you
literally
don't
send.
do that tonight, I will be in your closet.
Bro, listen, I have more important things to do as soon as we end this. I gotta do some stuff tonight. I really do.
Nah, Dan.
No.
And-
Yeah, you gotta listen to that
important
Top
things to
Gear
do.
soundtrack.
Nothing more
No.
important than getting sponsorships.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Making
I
the bank.
mean, he's got his wife.
Nothing
Like
more
sure.
important than making sponsorships.
That's true. That's true.
Ooh, I'm telling your wife.
Okay. All right. Anyway, dudes. That's it. I mean, we don't have anything else. We hope that you guys enjoyed this.
Yeah.
We hope that you guys actually watch that show because, like I said, it's really good. You know, give it a go. It'll help you change your outlook on some stuff, and it's, I think, very beneficial for everyone to watch.
Not only
We want to thank you.
not only that,
Go
but
ahead, Tim.
it'll change your perspective on Zac Efron as well.
That's true. Zac Efron is a man.
Yeah, he's a.
I mean, I
He
could
is a man.
recommend a few things to watch on Netflix, but I'm just not going to say nothing. So,
Yeah, good news only chance. Jeez.
what?
Yeah, good news only, pizza boy.
Yeah.
How do you do anything? You live off of pizza.
Speaking
Listen, listen. Terry came in here, man. I got this
Oh.
fresh pizza, and dude, he got me this.
of
Okay.
Terry got you a pizza,
Round
huh?
Oh, by the way, I
Huh.
found out why Mountain Dew isn't selling Baja Blast anymore because there's an aluminum shortage in the States. There's a coin shortage and an aluminum shortage, and so most
Why is
soda
there-
companies
Why is there
aren't doing their-
aluminium in my drink?
I don't know. No, like cans, you
Aluminum
dummy.
Cans.
Aluminum
Baja Blast
cans.
isn't
Then
just
switch
in
to
cans, though.
bottles.
But here's the thing: it mostly is
Never-
produced in cans. Why would they produce just a little bit in plastic bottles? Anyway, that's a different
I
topic.
have
We
never
can get
bought a
into that
Baja
later.
Blast in a can.
Dude, I buy 12 packs all the time.
I mean, I'm just saying,
All
if I
packs.
ever want Baja Blast, which is very rare, Taco Bell's just like right around the corner.
True.
Awesome. Well, anyway, dudes, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. We want to thank you for hanging out, for watching this live. If you are, what time does it start again? 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
Mike, get out of here. So yeah, yeah. Thanks for being here, dudes. We had fun. I don't know. I know I enjoy talking about this stuff. I like talking with you guys. It's fun.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of catching up, talking about some news, hanging out with some bros. So if you want to, you can watch the VOD on YouTube. If you're watching this and it's not live, then you're already watching on YouTube. So awesome. But if you're watching this live and you're like, yo, dude, I want to watch it again because it was so freaking good, you can watch it on YouTube. ! Podcast in the chat. When did you do this, bro? We started doing this like a month ago. Where have you been? Actually, I think it's been like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Mike, I'd have to say, if you were actually around, you'd probably know.
True,
Mike.
actually, true.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mike's the dad that decided he was gonna go get a pack of cigarettes and he never came back for us.
You're
I'm
not
so
wrong.
sad.
So if you guys are watching this not live, you know, give a like or a dislike. Tell us why. You know, help us to improve this. Give us your opinions. Anyway, you don't watch a dead podcast channel, J.K. Hart, and love you too, Mike.
Yeah,
Love you
Mike,
too.
we love you.
We love you, Mike. Anyway, thanks, dudes. Appreciate y'all. We will see you on Friday. We're going to be doing Fridays. It's going to start at the same time, 6 p.m. Pacific time. That one's going to be a little different as we kind of change Friday and Tuesday up just a tad to where it's not just a bunch of regurgitated stuff. So if you want to hang out, come back to on Friday or go to our YouTube page. And like I said, you're probably listening to this post, so you're already on YouTube. So PogChamp to that. Anyway, I'm Dan, and we have Tim, Grant, and Chance. And thanks. Appreciate it. We have been your bros. Have a good night.